Yes, sir. What's going on, man? Shit. Ha ha. Sight, what's going on, man? It's your boy Miko, man. Shit. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of cold in this bed. Let me get. God is dope, you know. It's kind of cold in this shit, man. Kind of cold in this bed. But look, it's hot and cold. You feel me? So I'm not gonna pull it on all the way. But today, I'm reacting to 6 Halloween stories, man. Animated. So, I got some stuff stored for y'all boys, man. Like, you feel me? I got some stuff. And it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. And I'm not letting up. Nobody can stop me. You hear me? Nobody can stop me with this, man. But, we gonna one day at a time. That's what I'm trying to say. One day at a time. Let's get straight into the video, man. Let me pull up the handy dandy laptop. You heard me? You hear me? Let's get into it, man. 6 Halloween horror stories, man.
I live with my 2 friends, Bruce and Ollie.
What's good, Bruce and Ollie?
A small house in a nice family-friendly neighborhood in the suburbs.
Bro, if it's boring, I'm cutting this video short, man. For real.
I had the master bedroom on the main floor.
Alright.
Bruce had the other bedroom on the main floor. My bedroom was on the mostly finished basement, which was great because I had a ton of privacy and a lot of open space.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of cold.
There was a side door that could be accessed from the basement, so I could come and go as I pleased without bothering the other roommates.
Shit.
We were all pretty close, but it was nice to feel like I had my own living space, even though there were 3 of us in the house. At the time, Bruce and I were huge fans of Halloween and the fall season in general. But being adults and having full-time jobs, it wasn't really ideal for us to go out and attend Halloween parties like a lot of the other people we knew.
It's cold,
also,
man.
Halloween fell on a Tuesday this year, so instead we decided to just watch some horror movies in my basement bedroom and just hang out and relax.
Okay.
After we watched a couple of movies, we started to get a little bored. It was about 11 p.m. and the trick-or-treaters were home, and most people were in for the night. Knowing we had to work in the a.m., we decided it would be a good idea for us to go on a quick walk and call it a night. There is something about the air on Halloween night. It's like when you go on a vacation to Florida and the night breeze just feels and smells different.
Okay, so they in Florida. They in Florida with
It's
it.
nostalgic and can almost give you a euphoric feeling. Anyway, as we started to walk in the quiet and somewhat desolate neighborhood, we approached the park.
Fuck around my eyes, bitch.
Now we walk through this park all the time during the day, probably at least 50 times at this point. It was a little park right in the middle of the
Get
neighborhood.
the fuck.
The park had a main entrance from one of the busier streets and a back entrance from the street we lived on. The back entrance was covered with a lot of trees and a very small wooded area. About 30 yards from
Okay,
the
y'all should be hooping.
baseball
Y'all
fields.
should be hooping right now. There's a light, you feel me? What a hoop session at? Why nobody hooping? You feel me? On some 2K John, like the skeleton pants, you feel me? Put on your skeleton joggers, you feel me? And get it popping on the court. Shit, I'll be on that page, you feel me? But apparently they not on the page. They trying to go to parties and junk. Man, I don't go to parties, man. I don't do none of that, man. Let's get to it.
A pavilion and a basketball court. We walked into the back entrance where all the trees were, and it was nearly pitch black. But there
They
was a
need to
low
fix
orange
they
hue from the street
prosperous,
lights barely
son.
making
They
its
gonna
way
have a
through the
hunchback.
trees. As we walked through the wooded area, we both stopped abruptly. We thought we saw a man standing at the end of the path. The figure was completely still, and it was so dark we couldn't be sure what it was. I called out, "Hey!" to the figure, but no response.
The
I
fuck?
suggested we should turn around.
What?
Bruce.
What are you? What? So let me ask y'all this. So, and comment down below. Give me your answer. Let's say you walking, you feel me? The same exact situation. And you see a figure. You feel me? I'm black, you feel me? But that's not the point. You walking, you see a figure. What are you going to do? A, sit there, observe the you feel me, the figure. B, be like these niggas, call them off, you feel me? Hey! Or C, get around them up. Or D, go up to the man. You feel me? Or the figure, or whatever. What you gonna do?
Said we should check it out, which was unlike him because I was usually the braver of us two.
It's cold.
As we got closer, it was clear it was a man standing there. The man was completely still and had both of his hands in his front hoodie pocket. His head was down facing the ground. Trying not to freak out, we decided to slowly back up and make our way to the street and our house without further confrontation. Before we even moved, we heard a noise next to us coming from both sides. Trying to focus our eyes in the darkness, we saw two more figures moving towards us in the woods. Unlike the other guy just standing there.
Okay, that's okay. That's where y'all messed up at. Okay, y'all did good by observing, looking around, by seeing the other figures. But now it's time to assemble y'all squad. Okay, you see that nigga? Alright. Hey, it might be time to knuckle up. You feel me? I don't know about y'all. Either we get out the area or we just gonna have to knuckle up. Ain't no just standing there in scarcity, man. And just, you feel me? Ain't no, nah. We gonna have to throw them hands. Or, you feel me? We gonna have to be Usain Bolt's nephews. You feel me? And get up out of there. But hey, that's just me and my squad. Various, you feel me? Aesop, you feel me? Various. You know what time it is. And the rest of the gang. You know what time it is, man. Let's get it. My squad already know, man. We ain't doing none of that.
During this point, it's like the sinking pit in your stomach when a cop pulls up behind you with his lights on, but
I don't have that
it's
feeling.
worse. Fight or flight kicked in, and we turned and sprinted full speed out of that park.
Why they jogging though?
Us. We ran right to our house and locked the doors behind us. While sitting in the basement, we had all the lights out and we were trying to look out the basement windows to see if we could see if anyone
Okay, they each got a window.
possibly saw the house we went into.
Damn, they got
We were
further.
so scared we didn't know what to do. Were we in real danger? Was it someone just playing a prank? After about half an hour or so, we decided that they most likely didn't follow us. It was probably okay to go to sleep, especially considering we both
You
had
in the
work.
house, you can go to sleep, brother.
At about 2:30 in the morning, Bruce woke me up. He said he thought he heard something outside his bedroom window. I went to his room and looked out the window, and I could see a pumpkin laying in our backyard. This was concerning because we didn't have any pumpkins outside our house. We didn't set any up for decorations or anything like that. For the second time tonight, we were terrified and decided to go into the living room. While in the living room, we made sure we had the house lights off and began looking out the front windows. Within the first minute of looking, there they were. 3 men standing in the middle of the road just staring at our house. We thought about calling the police, but what were we going to tell them? There are 3 guys not standing on our property who may or may not have thrown a pumpkin in our backyard. We just sat in the living room for about 10 minutes trying to think of something, anything we could do. We made sure the front door was locked and grabbed a baseball bat, and
I'm not gonna lie, this situation right there, like the three guys sitting out the house, you feel me? This will get my blood pumping, man. I don't know what's wrong with me. This will get my blood pumping. I'll be ready for something to pop off. You feel me? I'll be in that window, got me a little pocket knife in my sock or something, you feel me, or my pocket, in my back pocket or whatever. Then I'll be like this brother right here, you feel me, have a bat right, you know, ready to go. You feel me? I'ma be ready for anything that come my way, bro. I'ma be ready, like on some Tomb Raider hand-to-hand combat. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm not just listen. It's not like I'm gonna go out there. You feel me? Of course, I'm gonna stay in the house. You feel me? Cause you never know how many other guys they got with them. So I'm not gonna be stupid and go out there. Hey, what the? You feel me? And then somebody sneak me in the back and just, you feel me, snap my head. You feel me? Nah, we gonna play cool, we gonna play smart, and we gonna just observe these niggas outside my house. Simple.
I think a kitchen knife. We looked out the window again, and the three men were gone. Nothing but the illumination from the streetlights. For the rest of the night, we stayed in the living room watching
They
sports
should have been
center
just
until
watching them, to
eventually
be
dozed
real.
off.
Thank you, you as well.
Morning finally came. As we got ready for work, we just agreed it was probably just a Halloween prank and we should move on and forget about it. However, when I got to my car, there was a note on my windshield that said,
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
You finna get your car
With a
fixed?
smiling face
Hell yeah, they gonna cover
When I
75%
read
of
next,
the
it gave me
damages,
the
and I
same
just gotta
feeling
cover
I just had
25%
a
of
few hours
myself.
before when I
Oh, that's
thought
nothing.
we were in real danger.
Yeah.
At the bottom,
Man, I should go to that person top and tell them, why the hell you ain't claim 100% fault? You turned in front of me.
It's a browser
Oh,
extension
God.
that automatic.
paper it said, P.S. Good thing you lock your doors. What would these people have done if the doors were unlocked? Bruce and I both decided to call in from work and stay.
I mean,
the
why
night.
wouldn't the doors be locked,
Nothing
my
else
nigga?
of note happened regarding this incident, but it's just a reminder
You
that
suppo-
it
you
doesn't
always
all
supposed to
quiet,
secure
nice
your home.
that you think you live in. On Halloween,
Dumb shit.
anything can happen.
See, I'm not gonna lie, look. I'm sorry for pausing so much, but I like scary stuff, man. I like watching, I like having that scared feeling. And I'm just trying to get scared. And at this point, I'm not scared of nothing. So I'm gonna give them one more story. And we just gonna end the video right there. You feel me? Let's let it play.
As we slowly enter the fall season, I'd like to share a story with you that happened to me a few years ago. I
Alright?
mentioned this story
You got
to
one
some of my
chance.
close personal
I better
friends
be
and
scared.
family,
Simple.
many of which don't believe me, and that's fine. They probably think I'm just joking around or trying to scare them. But I know I experienced something that night, and I wish I had a better explanation for it. At the time these events took place, I lived on a quiet street a little outside the city, but not quite into the suburbs. My street had a big rundown house at the very end of the block that was across from an unused parking lot and an out-of-business bar. The
Right.
person who inhabited the house before it became dilapidated was Mrs. Morgan. Mrs. Morgan was an old curmudgeon in every sense of the word. Every time my friends and I would walk by the house, she would yell at us and make some insanely random comment like we were trampling her garden or using her garbage to play hide and seek or some other incoherent nonsense that wasn't true. Even though my friends and I did get into some adolescence trouble around the neighborhood, we never did.
I'm trying to be
Mrs.
patient.
Morgan.
I'm trying my hardest not to
Our
stop this
parents
video.
always told us that we should try and be nice. I mean, she was a widow and had no children, so it must have been a pretty lonely life. Rewind about 3 years ago, and Mrs. Morgan unfortunately passes away, and the house becomes abandoned and, I believe, eventually condemned. At least there were signs on the boarded up windows and doors, but I never got close enough to read what they said. Needless to say, it became an eyesore for the community in what was a pretty quiet and uneventful street. My girlfriend at the time only lived a couple of blocks, and I would usually walk to and from her house when we hung out. It was literally a 4-minute walk tops, so it was no big deal. I would pass Mrs. Morgan's abandoned house and the empty parking lot with the out-of-business bar every time I walked to and from her house. Now fast forward to a few years ago, the last time I ever made that walk. It was about 3 a.m. on Halloween night, I guess technically November 1st, and I was walking home from my girlfriend's house. I was supposed to be home way earlier in the night, but we both fell asleep watching scary movies and pigging out on the extra candy her parents didn't hand out. As I made it to my street and started my walk past Mrs. Morgan's house, I heard a noise. I stopped for a minute to make sure it wasn't a skunk because for some odd reason that's the first thing that popped in my mind when I heard the noise. I slowed down a little bit and looked at the house as I proceeded cautiously. That's when I noticed the front door that was usually boarded up and had a sign posted on it was now open. I tried to rationalize why the door was now open, saying to myself,
What?
The wind.
If you on your way home, why do you stop and observe? Like, okay, yeah, I'ma walk. Yeah, let's say I'm walking, you feel me? I heard a noise. Oh shit. What was that? Observe my little area and continue walking. Okay, there's a house over there with the door open. What are you doing? You have your own house. Why are you looking at the other house like you live there? You feel me? Nobody trying to go through that, bro. Like, why are you're slowing yourself down for no reason? Niggas, bro. Niggas.
But then again, it was a beautiful, calm night. I then paused in front of the house and looked directly at the front door. And that's when I saw her, Mrs. Morgan, right there, staring back at me. I knew for sure it was her. But how? She had passed away and the house was clearly unlivable for
Oh,
anyone
she
else.
passed away. I
At
didn't
this
hear
point,
that.
I was so
Doing too
scared
much
that I
talking.
just shouted something out. I don't even remember if it was words or just noises. The figure stepped onto the front porch and continued to stare at me. I broke my stare and just started running back to my house.
Oh God, I'll run too.
Back
I'm not gonna lie. I'll be like, what the?
She was still staring at me or perhaps following me. I made it back to my house probably 30 seconds later and opened the side door and went down to my room. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. I'm not sure if I was overtired or just had scary things in my subconscious with it being Halloween and watching movies all night. But I knew I saw Mrs. Morgan standing there only a couple of feet away from me. Whether it was a true paranormal encounter or something that my mind made me think I saw, I will never know for sure. But hey, they always say that the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest on Halloween. And now, I actually believe it.
Yeah, yeah, we just gonna end that right there.
Alright, so you guys might not find this creepy or scary enough.
See, he even said it himself. See, these stories are whack, bro. I'm telling you, like, these stories are so whack, bro. Like, I'm sorry for the people that's making this, you feel me? Keep doing y'all thing, you feel me? I'm not hating on y'all grind, you feel me? I'm still grinding, you feel me? But I'm sorry. I need to be shaking, like, I need to be looking behind my shoulder like these. Like, I'm telling you, bro, like, that shit. Whatever. We got the job done. We got to 2 stories. I wanted to get through the whole vid, but I can't. It's too boring, man. So y'all boys, hit me up on the IG. Send me some, like, I like reacting to scary stuff. So send me some, like, you feel me, that's really gonna have me shaking in my boots. Don't send me no cursed video though. I'm not trying to be cursed. But I'm out, bruh. Like and subscribe, you feel me? Share if you haven't.